Okay, so remember this is about your second period with all of our friends.
Yeah.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being worst class, 10 being the best, where would that lesson fall?
It was the first time doing the lesson, so I actually think it went really well based off what happened in my other hours. I would say for that class, it's probably somewhere around a 6.
Okay.
I mean,
So
possibly a 4.
those are pretty different. 6 or 4.
Yeah.
Okay, what pleased you about the lesson?
The students actually understood, like, all of their paragraphs were written in the correct text structure. All of them.
Okay. And I didn't get a chance to look at your objectives, so that was the objective of the lesson, is text structure.
They would be able to write a paragraph giving a specific text structure.
Okay. And the one was assigned to them, right, out of your jar, and then they got to pick one?
Pick one.
Okay. Did a lot of students finish it?
Yes.
Oh. Both?
Most. Yeah.
Oh.
Most finished, both of them. I think there were only a handful that I had to take it home for homework. And that's the one class that actually all of them turned it in. Even the kids that had to take it home. I've gotten all of them back.
That's awesome. Okay, what would you change to make it closer to a 10?
Probably go more into the examples, but find a different way to do it. Because I've noticed, especially with that class, my instructions have to be quick. I have their attention span for maybe 2 minutes, which is really difficult to get all of the instruction in with an example. So I showed them one example, so maybe giving a handout with the other example so that they could look at it as they were working for those that had questions, instead of trying to do it all class, quiet and listening.
Yeah.
That probably would have been better.
Okay. And what would you see your students doing differently to make it more to a 10?
Quietly listening to the example.
Hey, they weren't too bad.
But that might be a pipe dream. So
Yeah, tell me about those boys in the corner.
well, those aren't their assigned seats. If that's what you were wondering.
I figured. And I also figured being on their phone wasn't part of the assignment.
No. So I made a deal with one of them that he can do 3 minutes of his game if then he gives me 5 minutes of focus or work or whatever it is.
Okay.
The deal has been held up hit and miss. Lately more miss because it's just on the phone.
Yeah.
But I have found that when you address it in front of the whole class, it becomes a fight, which is also why I don't fight them on their assigned seats. Okay. One of them actually does sit there.
Oh.
He chose that spot. The other two are supposed to be in desks.
But they just wanted to sit by him.
Yeah, so now I've even changed their assigned desks to be the 2 desks closest to that corner.
Okay.
The good thing is now they're interested in being on the same team for the Olympics. So the rest of the week, they were actually working and participating, answering questions for bell work.
Because you put them on the same team.
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart.
So I'm hoping that now that they're all on the same team, maybe there will be some accountability.
Yeah.
Because I saw that a little bit yesterday with class, that they started participating, and as soon as someone was talking, the other one would be like, she's going to take points. You've got to stop.
Oh.
So I hope that helps.
That's awesome, yeah.
And I'm adding the phone. Like, if I see the phones out, you're losing points.
Oh, nice.
Because they are glued to those phones, and they will not give them up. And they're past the point of caring if they go to the office. In fact, they prefer it. So I can't threaten them with that.
Yeah.
So their punishment and mine is that they stay in the class with me, and I deal with it
the whole time.
Yeah.
What about the girls in the back? How are they?
Oh, them. That is not her seat, the one that sits on the floor.
Yeah, I figured.
But she's working for Orange Juice now.
Yes.
And she said that sitting on the floor helps her concentrate.
Oh.
So if she really wants to sit on the floor, I'm not going to stop her.
Okay.
They get 3 warnings. If they run out of their warnings, then she has to go to her assigned seat, which is clear across the room.
Wow. Okay.
So far, they've only ever made it to 2 warnings. And
nice.
I've owed her orange juice every single day. because all of her work is completed, all of her notes are taken, her bell work is done.
I hope it's cheap orange juice that you're finding, not like the most
I know.
expensive.
Yeah, I'm gonna be broke by the end.
Yeah, your paycheck's
But-
not gonna matter.
My mental health will be intact.
There you go. There you go. Give some, get some.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned two things. You could give more examples, and then you want the students to be quietly listening. Which one of those could you make a goal out of for next time?
Giving them the examples.
Okay. So what would that look like?
A handout, I would, because I just put all the example paragraphs in the PowerPoint.
Mm-hmm.
And because it was so loud and I could tell more than half weren't listening, I just did the first one. So I could turn the other three into even just like the slide notes,
Oh, yeah.
pass them out, and maybe even make it into an activity since I had them underline signal words.
Mm-hmm.
I underlined them in my example, but maybe as a way to keep them focused and like reading with me, they would circle the underline, like the signal words that I
Yeah.
used. So it could be an example and a quick review on signal words for them. That would have
So-
gone better.
Yeah. How would you measure that? Do you want to do that every time you teach text structure or every time you teach a lesson, or what would your goal be?
I should actually probably just start doing that normally for anything I teach with that class because it is my largest class, my loudest class, and the class that has the shortest attention span. They're not interested in doing full class activities. They
Okay.
want to work in their teams or not work at all.
Yeah.
So I should probably hand out notes with examples or have something that they can be doing to follow along while
So,
I'm doing it.
Anytime
Every
you
day.
teach something new. Is that every day? Is that realistic? Or should we
Probably
just
not
say...
every day, but anytime something new.
Okay.
And like this text structure, I actually thought it'd be okay not having that because it wasn't new.
Yeah.
This was, our final thing with text structure to show that they understood it. But I guess maybe any time that I'm doing longer instruction or giving more examples, it'd be better for them to have it anyways.
Yeah. How would you feel about, like, for this lesson, I was thinking if you had them do their example and then brought them back together and did this, and then let them choose the second one? Or do you feel like they work better if you do everything at the beginning and then just let them work?
Probably split. Like there are some in there, because even when we did an article reading and answered questions, we did break it up and chunk it more. Where then they came back. I had students that hated that. They're like, I want to just like once I start working, I want to just work.
Yeah.
So maybe I could do something with even smaller groups, split those that know what you're doing and want to go, just go.
for it, yeah.
And those that want to check back in with me before you choose your next one, and we could split the class that way.
I like that. So again, anytime you teach something new, the small group instruction. Because I don't know if that would be a daily
Yeah.
doable, because you're not writing every day either.
Yeah.
So. Okay.
And then it would also give a chance for those that maybe work a little bit slower to have that check back in with me instead of just waiting for me to get to them raising their hand in that big of a class.
That's why I joked with you that it was whack-a-mole, because you were going around the room like basically putting out little fires all over.
Like it's a constant circle.
Yeah.
And then when the one kid asked how many minutes left, I was like
45.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks exhausting.
Yeah,
so
it's definitely like
anything
my
we can do
most
to help you.
active class.
And then if you reach that goal, do you feel like that class will be closer to a 10?
Yes.
And will that matter to you? Will that, you said your mental health?
Yes. Yeah, it would.
Cool.
Just because that class also seems to be the biggest variety of levels.
Yeah.
Like I've got some really high students in there that they don't even
noticed
have
that.
like I don't have to even finish the instructions and they can figure out what to do and just
Yeah.
go. And then there are those that like they write one word and they've got to check it with me to make sure it's right.
Bless their hearts.
So there's a wide variety, so I think the splitting the groups would just be better for them
Yeah.
and me.
Cool. Well, I'd love to come observe it. When do you want to start?
I'm trying to think when we're going to be doing something next.
I'll let you look at your plan book. You
Okay.
email me,
Yeah, sounds good.
and I'll come observe it. Because, the kid next to me, he just went. Like, he just started writing.
Yeah.
He was so excited to do it. So.
Yeah, so I have a lot of those. And then I have a lot of the the constant check-in needed.
Yeah,
or they don't listen to the instruction the first 3 times, so they're still asking me, halfway through class, hey, what are we supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a variety in there.
Well, good. I'm glad we set a goal that will help your mental health, because
Oh yeah,
that's important.